What about the trade? Let's go back over to this article and see what their trade offer is. What would the Washington do? Okay, they get Watson? Oh, hell no. Oh, my. No. They have lost their mind. Deshaun Watson for 2 first-round picks, Terry McLaurin, and Montez Sweat? What's up, guys, and welcome to the Tim Sports Talk. And today we're talking about a report that the Washington football team is one of 3 teams interested in Mr. Deshaun Watson. This guy right here, potentially for the quarterback position. So, let's take a look at this. Here's the report. Deshaun Watson trade rumors, Washington football team, Dolphins, Raiders reportedly surfaced in talks. Here's the quote. 3 teams that repeatedly came up in conversations with multiple executives were the Washington football team, Las Vegas Raiders, and Miami Dolphins as potential destinations for Watson, Lombardo wrote. Now, this is extremely, extremely interesting as far as if Washington were to get a quarterback the caliber of Deshaun Watson, they are immediate Super Bowl contenders and the number 1 contender to knock off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have the defense that can keep up with them, and then Deshaun Watson would then give them the offensive piece that they need with Terry McLaurin, De'Ami Brown, Curtis Samuel. Of course, they have Logan Thomas, and the Samus Reyes guy could come up, and then they have Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissick out of the backfield. This team could be rolling if that is who they end up getting. Would I make the trade for Deshaun Watson, even with all of the stuff going on? I personally would. Now, I think what he did was completely inappropriate and completely out of line. And I haven't read all of the things, so if there's something in there that's even worse than I was anticipating, then forgive me. But my understanding is it's a lot of inappropriate things with massage parlors and masseuses. So, masseuse, however you say it, masseuse. And while I think it's extremely inappropriate, I think that there should be rules and regulations against it to prevent these things. Massage therapists are not prostitutes. Like, this should not be even offered or inquired about from customers. This should be completely separate, and this is just not acceptable behavior. So I don't want to defend that in any way. But on the field and in the locker room, he seems to be a good leader. He's obviously a fantastic football player. He's also got some good qualities about him as far as his personality. He did give his first paycheck away to the lunch ladies, or like the cafeteria ladies, at the Houston Texans Dome. So it's not all bad when it comes to Deshaun Watson. It just seems like he has a kink that needs to stop, is essentially what it is. It does seem as though the civil suits will be eventually settled. It was actually requested by the other lawyer that's prosecuting, or not necessarily prosecuting, but the one that's filing the suits, that they would settle that way. And it's actually Watson's lawyer that says we don't want to settle, but we'll see what they end up doing to finally put this under the table. But all of that being said, I would still be interested in going after Deshaun Watson. I think he would be a great fit here. I think he immediately gives us a chance to win the Super Bowl, and he's a nice young quarterback that he could be the quarterback of the future for years to come. So, yes, step 1, I would trade for him. Step 2, what would it take to get Deshaun Watson? And you already saw in the beginning of this video my reaction to what the top trade offer is as of late, is this ridiculous idea that the Washington football team would trade 2 first-round picks next year's and the year after, Terry McLaurin and Montez Sweat for Deshaun Watson. That is outrageous. Outrageous. Okay? Why is that outrageous? Montez Sweat is a top defensive end. He's worth 2 firsts minimal by himself. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4 first-round picks now for Deshaun Watson. Terry McLaurin, I mean, you could argue what he's actually worth. He's at least 1, and I would say 1 plus, like maybe a first and a second round or first and third round at worst. So now we're trading the equivalent of 5 first-round picks and more for Deshaun Watson. Just trade him the 5 first-round picks. Just trade him the 5 first-round picks. Oh, wait, no, you wouldn't. Why would you trade 5 first-round picks? That's ridiculous. Exactly. Why are we trading the equivalent of 5 first-round picks plus for a quarterback? Granted, he would make us better. And even if we lost those 2, I think he probably still makes us better, which is the crazy part. But we should not have to give up that much for Deshaun Watson with what's going on. Houston did draft a quarterback. Their team's going to suck. They're going to have a high pick next year. Plus, they would have our picks. So they would have 4 first-round picks coming up in the next 2 years while they were giving away all their picks before. So they may even end up with the number 1 pick and have the quarterback of their choice. I think that this would be an opportunity to offload a big cap hit for the Houston Texans. Obviously, he's worth the cap hit, but, well, in a sense, I have my own opinions on that. But you get the idea. Is obviously he's a great quarterback, so paying him a lot of money is not ridiculous. But you offload the money. Now you have a bunch of cap space to play in free agency next year, and you're probably going to end up with a top 2, if not the number 1 overall pick, to have the quarterback of your choice and move on for the future from there and rebuild this team, which is what you're going to have to do. I would give up 2 firsts for Watson, and that's the base. They're talking about 2 first rounds is still the baseline price for Watson, right? So I would definitely give up the 2 firsts. And then what to give up after that? I would love to offload a Brandon Sheriff if possible. It's probably not. And I know some of you are like, oh, yeah, get rid of Landon. Nobody wants Landon Collins. But they're talking about Morgan Moses being on the trade block. Maybe Morgan Moses is interesting for them. If they want somebody young like Tim Settle, I'm not trading Montez Sweat or Chase Young. That's just not happening. But Matt Ioannidis, I would trade him. I would put him on the trade block for sure for just getting Deshaun Watson. I mean, we were a top 3 defense or top 2 defense last year without Matt Ioannidis. So why not offload him and get a top-tier quarterback? I'm not thrilled with the idea of getting rid of Jonathan Allen, but I would rather get rid of one of the guys on the interior rather than the edge guys. So if we got rid of either a Tim Settle, Matt Ioannidis, and then maybe a Jonathan Allen, which I'm not thrilled of, I would not get rid of Daron Payne, even though I really wouldn't get rid of either one of those 2, the Allen and Payne. But nonetheless, it's kind of odd how we would have to tricky and how we would have to make it work, but I think it is possible and it is doable for what we have. It's just how are we actually going to move the pieces along to make it work? Who knows, but this trade is absolutely outrageous. No shot, no way, no how would I do that, but you guys let me know what you guys think of the possibilities. Do you like the idea of going to get him? Do you think he's a lost cause as far as off-the-field issues? Do you think he would be a fantastic option here? Do you think Ron would be interested? That's another thing is he a Ron character kind of guy? Who knows? Because he's very about building this culture, and obviously that is not high culture behavior, what he did off the field. But I think in other ways he is a very good culture fit for this organization as far as a good locker room guy, good leader, and things like that. So yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also in the description below, there's a Discord link. Hop on our Discord and come talk some football. And last but not least, there are donation links in the description below. If you feel so kind, you could donate to the channel. Also, I do live streams every weekday from 8 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m. Eastern. Come on by and stop by and hang out with us, talk some Washington football. We also do some NBA streams. We talk other DC sports like Caps and Nats, and of course the Wizards. So there's a bunch of other stuff we could do and hang out, maybe even a little bit of gaming. Come on in, stop by, and Until next time.